Hello and welcome back to Bunnex Investment Group, and today we are back with yet another episode on our weekly watch list. So today we'll be talking about we'll be analyzing the top 3 pairs that we'll be looking at this week. But before we jump into the whole video, please make sure you check out our free signals Telegram channel, and if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell icon so that you'll be notified each and every time I upload a new video. So the first pair that we will be watching this week is euro against dollar, and it hasn't changed the bias that we had from last week. As you can see, euro against dollar has 3 impulses or 3 levels going up. From this point we had a consolidation. Mind you, this is the daily time frame of this pair. We had a consolidation, then the first level push, the second level push, and some consolidation, and then the last level push. So our bias is showing that we still have room to go high. From this point, I anticipate that we are going to have something like this move to complete the daily cycle and to give us the multi-month M. Why? Because as you can see, this cycle is completed and we have to put an M so that we'll have a reset around this region. This is also supported by the weakening of the dollar. If you check the dollar index and analyze it, you can see that the dollar is keeping on weakening, and that will definitely translate to an upward move on the euro against dollar. So on the smaller time frame or on the tradable time frames, I am expecting to see something of this sort. I'm expecting to see something of this sort on this pair. As you can see, from this point we had the first impulse down, then a little bit of consolidation, the second impulse, and then the last impulse. Then we were issued a reset at this level where we had the first impulse, the second impulse, and then the last impulse. At this point we can see that there was a W and reinitiation of the cycle, and from this point up to this point we actually expected at first to see a downward move, which is also imminent to occur. However, from the dollar weakening, I am expecting to see from Monday morning to see some consolidations going to this level and then going up. This is what I'm expecting to see. I'm expecting to see the market consolidating, giving us a stop and low, or then rise. However, this is not a signal. We have to be reactive than to predict. So whatever the case, if the market doesn't do this and keeps on going down, we have certain setups that we have to look for in order to follow the trend. But this is the high probability. This is the move that has the high probability of occurrence due to the weakening of the dollar. Then the second pair that we will be looking for is USDCHF. On USDCHF, we have to let's start on the daily time frame so that you have a little bit of proper background on this pair. It's also in the same move as euro against dollar. As you can see on this one, we had the highest point at this point, and our first impulse. Then from this first impulse, we had a lot of the second impulse, and then the last impulse. However, we quickly got a reset where we had the first drop, then a consolidation phase, then the second drop, another consolidation phase, then the last drop. I'm not going to mark all the levels, but I'm just going to show you the impulses. Then after that, we had this terminating level where the market started to move up to this point. From this point, we can see that the market is already dropped from this point, and since the dollar is weakening, I'm also expecting to see a move of this pair to these levels. So on the tradable time frame, which is the H1, where we can see properly what is taking place. From this lowest point, one can see that we had the first level, which was the first impulse. Unfortunately, it's not so proper, so transparent on trading view, but we had the first level, a pullback, the second level, a pullback, and then the last level, which was completion of this cycle. Then we had a consolidation as well as a reset point. From the reset point, you can see that we had a shifting move from this reset point, then a consolidation. Let me try to mark this one so that it becomes easier. From this point, we can see that we had a shifting move and its consolidation. Then we had the second rise up to this point, which was the second level rise. Then the third level rise. From there we had a peak, and after that peak we had a beautiful ID50 trade here. From that we are now expecting the market to issue us a similar move to the EURUSD that we just analyzed. I'm expecting the price to keep dropping. Why? Because the dollar has a high probability of weakening from the USD index analysis. So this is what I'm expecting. However, an upside is also possible depending on whatever move they may issue from the beginning of the week. So if they go up, we have to look for certain setups like this setup in the upward move. However, the high probability move is going down, and if they do so, we can safely catch the peak going down with the pair. Then the last pair that I'll be looking at this week is GBP against USD. GBP against dollar was a little bit confusing for the past weeks. Why? Because they had an H4 choppiness, an H4 choppy period. As you can see, they made a reset of the H4 here. So this was the H4 first level. After that, they had H4 second level, whereby they made a reset here. second level. Then from this reset of the H4 time frame, they had a zone of consolidation, and from this zone of consolidation, it means there was no impulse that was being made at this point. So on the H1 time frame, we can see that since we are also advocating for drop of dollar or loss of value of the dollar, we are also expecting to see an upward move of this pair. As you can see from this point, we had the first level. This point was an H1 reset, the first level, the second level, and I'm expecting to see a continuation of this initiated move. However, I'll expect to see a little bit of consolidation, a small pullback, and then a rise to complete this cycle to have a drop. So all these three pairs, as you can see, they are all dollar pairs, whereby USDCHF has a US dollar base, and then the 2 euro against the dollar, GBP against dollar, has the dollar as the variable currency. So if the pair has the dollar as the variable currency, it is inversely correlated to the US dollar index. And if a pair has a dollar based currency, it is directly correlated to the US dollar index. For instance, USDCHF is directly correlated to the USD index. So basically, that is where I'm translating the moves. However, I always tell everyone that do not predict the market, but react to what the move to the moves that have been issued. However, I always tell people that do not try to predict the market, but react to the moves that have been issued. So the first thing is for you to see the moves, and after seeing those moves, you have to make a move. So dollar index is going down, the euro dollar is going up, GBPUSD is going up, and USDCHF is also going down, directly correlating to the USD index. But these are not signals. Please make sure you see them moving first and then make your moves. I wish you a good trading week, as well as the most profitable week that you have ever had. And please make sure for the news releases on FX Street, so that you be prepared for the volatility that might come in the markets. Have a good week.